There's shields you can put up, and it's like when you're going to use the shields. There are like switch outs you can do with your Pokemon. And so there's mind games with like what are you going to start with? What are you going to send in next? That kind of thing.
Yes. Do I need to pull it on? Oh, the USBs are all on the round table.
And
also,
so
there's one right here.
but yeah, there's just mind games with that. But I don't fully know how it works, but I know there is. Because I watched it at Worlds. So, yeah. Oh, wow. Did the Z drop with the Stitch.
Well, when you Z drop a Stitch,
And it did regular. And then PsyRex caught it and almost hit with it.
Mm.
Yeah, 2 blocks like rock, paper, scissors, but annoying. Okay, yeah, good. I really just watched the guy win Worlds, and he had one of the better pop-offs at Worlds, and so I was like, that's cool. Some of the other people won Worlds and like just didn't react, and I was like, dude, that's so lame. But the Pogo guy, he had a great pop-off.
So do you think they're not popping off because they're just like, yeah, I expected that, or do you think they just don't care?
No, because the guy who won the card game Worlds beat one of the best players of all time, and he's also a good player, but beat like the guy, and just was like, yeah, smile, handshake, and I was like, dude, I hate this. Where's the passion? Where's the
Okay, I don't know anything about card games. Did they kind of just know? Like, was it obvious they were gonna win after a certain point?
No. To be fair, I know how the game works. I can play the game, but I don't know like intricate things. If I remember correctly, it was somewhat close. 137. Somewhat close. From like the vibes. Like it looked desperate for the GOAT. But yeah, the thing about the card game is it's really not the most spectator sport of all time.
I was gonna say,
like, you literally, like, no one watches tournament games unless they're on stream. Because first off, and unlike a TV, the gameplay is facing upwards.
Yes.
And
you need like mirrors or something.
Yes. Second, it's really not that visually exciting.
Yeah.
Third, you have to worry about cheating. Because say we're sitting at a table and my homie's behind you looking and can see your hand.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at my homie. I don't think it happens, if at all, but that is there. The way they have it set up is just a bunch of tables in a row. There's really no spot to even spectate if you wanted to. Which is kind of I would assume designed on purpose.
Yeah.
So it's just a whole different thing. But sadly, all the combination of all those things turns out to make it not that great of a spectator sport.
Yeah.
There's also, like, from what I've experienced, it's got a high skill floor of, like, understanding what's happening. Because it's all really... They can show, like, one card graphic at a time, and they've gotten better at it recently, actually. But it's actually... If you don't fully understand what's going on, it's not easy to spectate. And it's like really hard to understand what's happening. So every time I'm watching, I have to have someone next to me that knows what's going on. Otherwise, I just have no idea what's happening.
Yeah.
I have to have someone next to me being like, yeah, so this guy, he needs this thing, and he's going to play this to get this thing and all that. But yeah, it's a whole different thing. It blew my mind when I was watching, and it was like, you don't get to cheer on the homies while they play, dude. They have the cool thing about that is Atmosphere, they have little between round powwows. Everyone meets together because everyone plays for like 50-ish minutes, has a little 10-15 minute break, and then plays again at the same time. And everyone can play up to 9 rounds. And it's Swiss. So everyone plays and then doesn't play like at the same time, which is cool, so they can all like talk about it afterwards and it's not like sporadic.
Yeah.
So that's cool. But yeah, you never watch anyone play live, and it's wild.
Is there like a notation system or like chess? You write in your notebook what your moves.
No, they do have slips for winner and loser, but I don't think I know notepads are allowed, and some people do it to keep track of cards. But usually, no. There's no notation thing.
So it's much more theory crafting, less analysis. I mean, I guess there's a lot of RNG too, so...
There is some. It's mitigated a lot by playing good decks that control what you draw and stuff like that. But, I mean, the most RNG thing is your prize cards. Your 6 cards that just get locked until you defeat the other guy's Pokemon. So that is pretty RNG, but... A lot of the decks they play are like, search your deck for this and grab it out of there. And so that's how they get what they need through that. So there is still so much RNG, which I would never be able to handle. I couldn't do it. But yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. I'd like only known competitive Melee for so long, and like going to another competitive, area of games like that, it's a wild change up.
Yeah.
So, yeah. It was a lot to experience.
Yeah.
Yep. The other thing that's interesting is in a game like this, you can't really cheat. Like, it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Because we're following the rule, like the laws of the game. You can't like break the game, But in card games, you have to abide by these rules and enforce them and remember all the rules because the game doesn't do it for you.
Right.
You are the rule makers in the game, and so they actually tournaments get capped. Because first off, they freaking have so many people playing, so they have to have the table space and the room for it. Because they'll have at like big, like national, international events, they'll have friggin' like 2,000, 3,000 people playing in just like the senior division of the card game. But they're also capped by how many judges they can get, because you have to have a judge for, I don't know, 20, 30 matches, every 20, 30 matches that can be called on because of, people having to enforce the rules, people forget, people cheat, all that stuff. So there's just so much that goes on with that has to be managed by judges.
Yeah.
It's very interesting. You don't just have to have a pool captain to make sure people are playing. You have to have judges to make sure people are following the rules, and if there's issues that pop up, deal with those and know the whole rule book in their head.
Okay,
it's
question.
Wild. Yeah.
Why would you not have virtual decks and like play it essentially like a video game that has something that automatically enforces the rules?
It's a good question. I'm going to say number one reason is probably because that's just how it started out, was a physical card game. They do have the card game video game online they play. And it's actually easier because it is a video game that enforces the rules for you, so people don't have to remember.
In the Pokemon community, they say, "Oh, net play, that doesn't count." They're too much ping. Like, the connection was pretty bad.
Yeah, I don't know why. I mean, I think it's just the physical cards. It's so nice having that, and
I'm sure they also want to sell more cards, so like it's not really in their interest. So.
Right, and it's just what it started out as was cards and all that. So it is a good question though. I never thought about that, but yeah.
Although I do remember I played this Yu-Gi-Oh game as a kid, and electronic video game.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I was just misunderstanding the card because I was like 10 or something. But I thought the game was applying the rules wrong. So I'm sure it's probably very hard to come up with a game engine that handles all those scenarios.
Yep. People actually really don't like the current video game of the card game.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I can never remember exactly why, but there's just a lot of dumb stuff that they've done with it. They're coming out soon with a dumbed down version of it called TCG Pocket, where everything's just like brought down by half and condensed. So, yeah,
make it easier to get into.
Yep. But they have age divisions.
That's crazy.
So I believe the cutoff is 16. So everyone younger than 16 is in a group, and everyone above 16 is in a group. So, which makes sense for them because they just have so many kids playing that, like, yeah, you have to.
Well, also, like, I don't know, I tend to group sports or, like, competitive ventures into, they're on an X and Y axis, where, like, the X axis is how physically hard it is, and the Y axis is how mentally hard it is.
Yep.
And Yu-Gi-Oh is Pokemon is a much more mentally hard game. Like
Yes.
there's no execution. So in that sense, it almost kind of makes sense.
Yes. Yep.
Just divided into kids, not kids.
Mm-hmm.
Because chess did the same thing.
Oh, kidnapped. Oh.
Yeah, game 2, Dreamland was kind of rough, but otherwise I think it's been pretty close so far.
Mm-hmm.
Although, I don't know if you saw the end of game 1. Submediant kind of SD'd.
I did not see it.
Yeah.
I've been looking at the monitor, haven't been watching the game.
You were really into the Pokemon explanation.
Yes.
It took all of your attention.
Yep.
Which is respectable. Ooh. That was a lot of crazy movement, and then he just got nared.
Yep. Dude, the other crazy thing is because they do Swiss and everyone plays at the same time, there's no seeding.
Oh.
So there is a chance, although it is RNG and very low chance, there is a chance that the best 2 people there could play round 1.
That's kind of cool, actually.
And while it's also like, it doesn't affect as much as if our 2 first players played round 1, it still is like, it's wild.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's ever happened before, but like, the fact that it could happen is crazy.
Yeah. Also, I think that's the 3rd Stitch we've seen.
No way.
Not this game, this set. There's been one
No.
each.
Yeah. That's crazy. Oh, there it goes. Has it been one each game?
Yeah. Yeah, there's one on Fountain that he Z-dropped. Then there was one on Dreamland that I don't think really had any impact. And then there was that one.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I go grabbing turnips.
A
A lot of them.
I like grabbing turnips. I don't think it's usually very good, but I think it's very funny.
Yeah.
The other one.
Dude, your little dongle thing gets hot.
It does. It gets very warm.
I forget every time I go to grab it. I go,
Yeah. I don't know if it's just designed that way or something's wrong with it.
yeah, it gets heating up. Although my like SD card readers do that too.
Dude, every stage he just spams missiles on me, and that's not even like, the platform's allowing me to it. It doesn't matter. Dreamland, maybe. Dreamland would be the hardest, but still possible. Yeah, it's still possible, but then you also
Running it back.
Oh, we're back, baby. I love when people take me to Yoshi's. What were you gonna say?
It was close that last game other than until the Stitch. So I understand it.
Yep.
Also, like, where else does Yoshi want to go? Because he already went on FOD.
Well, home field advantage.
Yeah.
Peach blends in so well to the background.
She really does.
Whoa. I wonder how close that was.
That's kind of how the first game ended.
Oh, rinse and repeat. We got a couple sets left of this.
Yeah.
We're coming right along.
We're chugging along.
I really thought that we're gonna go to like 6:30 with this bracket. No. We're gonna finish up in the next like 10 minutes.
You never know. Some games could run a while.
You're right. What do we got? Rat Funk, Marsh. That won't go that long.
No.
Oh, Marsh is here?
Yeah.
What? I haven't seen Marsh in forever. Tienda K-Dog. What is that? That's Sheik. Another Sheik Ditto.
Yep, another Sheik Ditto. Keep them all in one part of bracket.
Right,
Make them
right.
take each other out.
Right. Yeah. Well, that one will go for a while.
Yeah.
Peach.
More than likely. Okay.
You have a DS growing up?
Yeah.
Did you ever play a DS download play?
I don't think so.
Dude, there was DS download play for Super Mario 64 on the DS, and you could run around outside Peach's castle and just mess with each other. And we made up a game of tag in it. It was so great.
Nice.
You could also play like all the mini games. Like I don't know if you've ever seen like the casino games, like the Luigi Poker.
Mm-mm.
You could play. Oh, it's so great, dude.
No, I never did that. I had a DS, but we also had a DSi. Flow Note Hatena.
Yes,
That
dude.
that was really cool.
That was my whole childhood. What color DSi did you have?
The cyan blue one.
Yep. My brother had the black one. I had the blue one. Obviously, we couldn't have the same color.
Of course
you know.
not. No.
No. Yep.
You still have Dinosaur Office?
Dinosaur Office? Dude, I had the paper airplane game where you go back and forth. I loved that one, dude. That game was so much fun. That's a WarioWare mini game, and every time it pops up, I go, yeah. Oh, good stuff. Yep.
Dinosaur Office, Space Invaders, all the shit that you can't get.
Yep.
Big F smash.
Huge, big head, big forehead, big nose.
Big nose. The Yoshis have told me this is not a good matchup.
Oh, does the thing again. It's crazy that for 23 damage.
Yeah. And he's tied it up.
Like it felt like 30.
Yeah.
Oh. Gets out of there.
Yep.
Schmovin. Oh. There's the punish. Anyone's game.
Ooh. Okay.
Who wants it more?
That is what it's all about.
Dude, every time I'm in a...
That's it. GG's.